My name's Tillery. This is 93 Driving. Today we're driving a C43 AMG with a 3.0 liter twin turbocharged intercooled double overhead 24 valve, producing 362 horsepower and 384 pounds of torque, and it'll get it from 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds, and it'll do the quarter mile in 13 seconds flat at 107 miles an hour for a car that weighs a little bit over 4,100 pounds and has made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, we've tested the coupe, we've tested the sedan, and the small SUV with the 43 configuration. Let's see what the cabriolet has to offer. So with that being said, let's get this show on the road and let's listen to some crackle and pops, because this car does make them. So let's go. Driving the C43 AMG. You gotta admit, those crackle and pops, man, does this car makes amazing sound coming out of that 3.0 liter twin turbocharged. Let me tell you, these crackles and pops, wow. It makes you just stay in a low gear to just keep on listening to that. So as I mentioned earlier, we've tested the coupe, we've tested the SUV, the sedan, and I always like this engine, but I always forget how great it sounds. You know, just from a 3.0, it's amazing. I've been driving it for a little bit. I do have it in Sports Plus. I do have the valves open on the exhaust because we gotta hear that. Steering's got a nice weight. There's some communication coming back from it. Comfort wise, it's extremely comfortable. I got the cooling seats on. It's actually a beautiful day here in Washington DC. It's in the upper 80s today, so what better than take this cabriolet out for a spin for you guys. I know that we've done a couple AMGs the last couple videos, but that's obviously what you guys want to see, so why not? So let's put it to the ropes that we usually do and see how she comes out ahead in regards to the other 43s that we've driven, and then we'll do our final thoughts. So with that, let's get her down to a standstill and see how she does. Like I said, 0 to 60, 4.3 seconds. Obviously, as I mentioned before in other videos, Mercedes is very conservative when it comes to those numbers, and I think that it's a little bit quicker. I know that the E53 we tested last week, which did 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, I know that journalists out there have clocked that at about 4.1. So I do think this one's probably a little bit quicker. This one weighs less than the E53 we tested. Obviously, it does not have the electric motor because this one has the twin turbo to spool it and boost power right away. So it doesn't have to wait for a larger turbo to do boost power. So anyway, let's get it down and let's see how she does from a standstill, and let's see what this all-wheel drive system can get off the line. All right, from standstill, here we go. Throttle down, all the beats. Yeah, it's quick. Funny enough, it's quick, but it's not like lightning fast. I have to say that it's quick, but that E53 felt a little quicker. I think it had to do with that electric motor. Still, even though this guy has twin turbos, it still took it not like a hair second to get it up there. Let's see, we're cruising at about 25 RPM. Drop the hammer again. Yeah, it's pretty quick. That transmission even though it's set up in sport, you know, I would have liked it for it to have dropped a couple gears there, and it just stayed in gear, and it just took the torque from there on. But it would have been nice if it had been able to drop a couple gears to give us a little more propulsion going. Well, let's take it down our twisty road, and let's see how she handles there. You know, it's you know, for the size of this car, it's still a little bit on the heavier side because you have the retractable top. Anyway, let's get her down there and see what she does. All right, heading down our twisty road, 9 and 3 driving. We're having Sports Plus all the way around. Steering's pretty good, pretty precise. You can tell it's a heavy car though. Yeah, the steering turns in precisely. I keep finding that on all these AMGs. Brakes though, same thing. They're always like, this one has a little more, gives you a little more communication. It tells you it's a little bit, but it still lacks a little bit of. They are strong, the brakes are strong. Up the hill. That all-wheel drive system's helping it out. There we go. All right, let's make ourselves back. But before we do that, let's take it back on this other twisty road to hear more crockles and pops. Just can't beat the crockle and pops. All right, let's head back for our final thoughts. All right, my final thoughts on the C43 Cabriolet. As you notice, I put the top down, put the top up because I wanted to be able to not have to scream at you guys. And I also wanted to see what it's like driving with the top up. As soon as I got the car, I put the top down. So, and now that it's getting closer to noontime, you know, the sun is blaring down. You know, just cruising around at normal speed, the car feels fine. I do have noticed that, you know, even in the twisties and even on the roads here, the suspension's a little bit, it's a little bit softer than I would like it to be for an AMG. I'm sure that if we get into a 63, the suspension would be much harsher. But this is tuned obviously for a little more boulevardish driving than anything else. So I wouldn't call it a 100% sports car because the suspension's light. Brakes, you know, that we always like that little bit of feel, but they did have a little more than the other ones that we've driven. Quality-wise, you know, the interior is well put together. There's a little bit of aluminum trim, and the infotainment system is old school. It's got a small screen, so I'm not gonna knock that because with every other car that ages, the screens get smaller. And it's obviously as cars get newer, they have new, larger screens. But otherwise, I mean, the crackle and pops is the most entertaining part of this car. The exhaust note, yeah, it's really what makes this car intoxicating. Fast, it's not a lightning fast car. It's saying at the end of the day, it's a 3.0 liter. It doesn't get over the 400 horsepower torque range, so in that regards, it lacks a little bit of power. So I would say that, you know, if you're in the market for a car, a cabriolet, and you want an AMG badge, I would probably say if you don't need the room, yeah, I would step it up to a C63 cabriolet. which gives you that extra power, and then yeah, you go bonkers in it. But if you're doing this exactly what I'm doing, just cruising down the road, and you want to carry 3 other additional people, yeah, I would say that my take would be the E53 that we tested last week. It's got more room, it's got all new technology all the way across the board. Granted, yeah, I'd be a little concerned about the electric motors if the car were out of warranty, but obviously you can get an extended warranty for that. But if I was looking for a cabriolet, that's the car that I would go with. The materials are much nicer. It's a much larger car. You know, obviously with these cars you can't carry a lot of luggage because it's you know, you need the retractable top to be able to stow away. So those are my takes on this car. It is nice, but it wouldn't be for me. But if you're in the market for a 43, you know, I would probably say that my hat would go towards the sedan, because you get a little more flexibility and you do get those crackles and pops still. But that would be my take. So with all that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We've made it to 105 subscribers in just a very short period of time. We were at 100 last week, so we came 5 just in 1 week. So thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I do appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for the other 100 subscribers that we've had for supporting the channel. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, share, hit notification bell on so you know when the next show is coming on. Do comment, it does help. Obviously you guys are loving these AMGs, so I'll try my best to get my hands on another one to make it a full month of AMGs. But I got something else that I'd like to take a look at and see. Probably view probably not be up high, but you know what, let's see what happens. So with all that great things being said, a big thank you to JT again, always at Mercedes-Benz of Arlington. His information is in the link down below. Again, thank you so much. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, like I said, and I can't wait to catch you guys all in the next video very soon. Until then, bye.